Okay, this is day 19 wrap up eating on the starch solution. And today was kind of a mixed up day. I got up, I had some oatmeal, and let's see, it was really good. I don't remember doing anything special to it. And I had black tea because I had to get places, and I woke up feeling tired, and my first thought was have a cup of black coffee. And then I thought, nah, don't do that. That's the wrong direction. So instead of having the green tea, I had black tea. And also I got this bulk green tea, like a big box with a lot of bags in it, and it's really not that great. So I wasn't real enthusiastic about the green tea, and so I just had black tea. So that seemed to do the trick. And then I drove down to church, went to church. I took some cherries with me because, I get a little hungry sometimes, and it's always good to have a little something, just a little something. I had a few cherries, and then Gary cooked for our brunch or lunch. He cooked 2 eggs. That's not starch solution. Refried beans. That's not starch solution. And that was really good. And I took down the bread, the white bread that I made for him. And I remember thinking, oh, maybe he'll dive into the bread, and I'll be able to have a slice of bread. But he didn't, and that's good. That's good. And I went down and checked out the garden, and a lot of stuff's ready to be picked. And then I had to come back because oh yeah, I had a meeting in the afternoon, and when I got back, I had my delicious watermelon. Later in the afternoon, I had some of those brownies that I made, the no-fat, low-glycemic brownies, and boy, is that batch really, really good. Nice and moist and rich. Oh, really good. And then I've been eating sunflower seeds, which that's not technically starch solution. I know that Debbie Chew does add some nuts, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. My weight was a 127.8, which is going up. I'm not exercising. I'm just right now just focused on processing all this garden food. So that's my excuse. And then for dinner, I had stuffed peppers, which were in the refrigerator. They were so good with fresh tomato sauce. I baked them a little bit in the oven, but then I put them in the air fryer, which was good. So I didn't have to turn the oven on this pretty hot day where I've had to have the air conditioner on. And then later when was it? I forget when it was. I guess it was later in the afternoon. I made zucchini, basil, lemon soup, 2 nice big containers of that, which are frozen now. And then I was cruising the internet. Oh, I know what it was. I was on Facebook, and Breadtopia, which is this local bread supply store, had a piece of carrot cake on their feed, and it looked so good. And I thought, oh, I bet I could make a low glycemic, low fat, no fat carrot cake. And indeed, there are recipes for it, and I made one up. This one, that the recipe called for pineapple, and I didn't have any pineapple. I had applesauce, I had a banana. I shredded 2 cups of carrots. I used oat flour. I made a mistake. Instead of putting oat flour into the bowl, I put xanthan gum. I picked up the wrong bag because I have them next to each other. And then I put that back into the bag. I used the oat flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, vanilla. And then I used for sweetener, I had Pyure, I think it's called. No, I used the confectioner sugar, the Swerve confectioner sugar, and a a tablespoon of the low glycemic brown sugar. So everything was like copacetic and legal. It's in the stove now. I think it's going to turn out good. They called for a springform plant pan, but I put it into a Pyrex square dish, and I think it's going to turn out good. And then I'll have a piece, put a couple pieces in the refrigerator, and I'll freeze the rest. And I thought for the icing, I was looking at that picture, and it had cream cheese icing, and there is a low-fat cream cheese. It's tofuti. It's like a tofu cream cheese substitute, and I had a container in the refrigerator, which I was pretty sure was moldy because it was really old, because I haven't been eating the for the past 3 or 4 months, and indeed it did have mold on it, and finally I threw it out. So that was a good reason to take a look inside and throw it out. I've been meaning to do that for a long time and I never did, so I did that tonight, which is progress. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of that low glycemic confectioner sugar and sprinkle it on the top for an icing. And then I went to a party tonight. It was actually a memorial for my friend who passed away. It was really nicely done. And I really felt her spirit at the memorial. It was, and her brother from Japan was there. So it was just really, it was a blessed occasion. And I brought a bowl of my fresh watermelon, which I'm trying to kind of get rid of because there's another one in the garden that I have to find a home for. And, but the party was pretty long, and I didn't know if we were going to be eating before it was eating afterwards. There were a lot of cookies, and so the hostess, I'm friends with the hostess, and I just said, if you have a dish, would you like this watermelon? And I'll take the dish home. And she indeed did. I told her it was fresh from the garden, and so that's where I found a nice home for the watermelon, and I had a piece when I was there. And then I came home. I had I had oat milk with my stuffed peppers for dinner. So anyway, so that's it. It was a pretty good day. I didn't get any exercise in, but I got some cooking done. I got some tasks done, and wasn't too far off the beam. So that's it for day 19, August 2022.